Morales. Number 9, Joshua Kahukong. Number 11, Ian Torres. Number 15, Matthew Hukong. Number 17, Jome Lancheta. Number 18, Bon Ernest Daha. Number 19, S.J. Moore. Number 20, Justin Sanchez. Number 33, Gio Gonzaga. Number 34, Alan Liwag. Number 35, Rafi Celis. Number 42, Irel Galas. Number 77, Ronji Go. And now, here come the LPU Pirates. Number 0, Mark Winters. Number 5, Omar Gordon. Number 7, McLeod Guadagna. Number 10, Lion Palingayan. Number 14, John Day Panelo. Number 15, Genesis Aviles. Number 16, Koje Villaver. Number 19, Bench Jesus. Number 20, Renz Villegas. Number 24, Jonathan Daileg. Number 26, Matthew Rubico. Number 27, Nat Fuentes. Number 31, Jasper Matienzo. Number 32, Number 33, Axel Manuel. Number 34, Lance Origue. Number 38, Peter Mulligan. Number 40, Roger Andoa. Number 71, Kent Binoya. Number 74, Joro Caicedo. Number 91, Jerome Almario. I'd like to request both teams to please proceed to center court for the traditional handshake of sportsmanship.
Live inside the RC Gymnasium in San Beda University. My name is Cholo Pangilinan, and join us as we are here for the second day of the National Student Athlete Championship, or the NSAC 2026 College Basketball Campus Tour, where we will determine the best of the best in collegiate basketball. So there you have it. Good afternoon, collegiate basketball fans. And for our match at hand, it'll feature the LPU Pirates and the St. Benilde Blazers. So this should be a good one, an NCAA matchup right ahead of us for our 2 p.m. showdown, rather. Again, my name is Cholo Pangilinan, covering this game, guiding you throughout the action. We have 2 more games in store for you guys. First, again, Benilde going up against LPU in our 2 p.m. showdown, followed by a can't-miss DLSU San Beda matchup. So UAAP champion and NCAA champion go at it. So again, this is a game between the LPU Pirates and the St. Benilde Blazers. A lot of themes that they share. Again, new coaches, new players, but a bunch of holdovers as well. So it's interesting to see how these coaches will utilize each of the newly found instruments to gain some momentum and gain the win over one another. But sadly, only one can win. So let's see which will prevail. But first, talking about our tournament format for Group A, Group B, Group C, and Group D. Those are 4 groups, 16 teams in total. For Group A, it's Ateneo, Benilde, LPU, and UP. For Group B, it's NU, Perpetual, San Sebastian, and UST. For Group C, Arellano, FEU, Letran, St. Clair. And for Group D, it's Adamson, DLSU, Mapua, and San Beda. So it's a single round robin format for each of our groups. And the standings at the end of the eliminations will determine the seeding heading into the final phase. A total of 5 phases. Round of 16, we have quarterfinals, semifinals, a battle for 3rd place, and then we also have a finals phase, of course. So that is our tournament format. Better stay tuned. We have a lot of games in store for you guys. But talking about the Benilde Blazers lineup, this game, they'll be led by the very cerebral and statistics-based Coach Paulo Layug. For the players to watch out for, we have the likes of Allen Liwag and Justin Sanchez, but they do have some key additions in Welo Lingo and Nico Mulingtapang, 2 former UE Red Warriors. And now we'll get a taste of some NCAA competition. So they also have the likes of Ian Torres, of course, Josh Kahukom, two reliable guards in the backcourt. They also have Rafi Celis, another versatile wing that can do it all, almost everything for the Benilde Blazers. So again, expect Coach Paulo Layog to use these advantages as you're looking at their opponents right now, the LPU Pirates. They're led by the newly appointed Coach Jamay Karin. And again, they have a really loaded lineup. They have the likes of Renz Villegas, the returning Maclod Guadagna, and the transferee Matthew Rubico. So it's going to be interesting to see, what kind of chemistry they'll be sharing. Again, Matthew Rubico played for the juniors team of the LPU Pirates. Renz Villegas, Maclod Guadagna, I'm sure if you watch the NCAA, you know who they are. So again, a mix of new players, a mix of young ones, and a mix of holdovers. So definitely a lot of options for Coach Jamay Karin, a lot of approaches. But then again, they're going up against a very challenging Benilde Blazers, so they cannot really afford to experiment for too long. It's interesting to see, again, what the type of tactics that Coach Jamay Karin, a professional coach at that. Same goes with Coach Paulo Layog, actually, as he's under Coach Charles Chu's coaching staff in the PBA, of course, for the Phoenix Fuel Masters. So again, a very cerebral matchup, to say the least, between our two teams. The Benilde Blazers donning the white jerseys. For LPU, they're donning their very iconic maroon-ish red. That balance between maroon and red. That is the LPU Pirates. Again, very interesting as well. The return of Maclod Guadagna. Again, he's been sidelined for quite a while, but it's interesting to see. We've seen him play yesterday, actually, against Ateneo. Unfortunately, they fell, but this is a different matchup. This is the Benilde Blazers, a fellow NCAA team, so definitely, I'm sure Maclod Guadagna can find his footing earlier compared to that Ateneo game. But then again, I'm sure that Benilde Blazers will give him a hard time to do just that. So I'm sure his teammates, Maclod's teammates, will have to step up. But for Benilde, a lot of young guns, a lot of former juniors players from LaSalle Green Hills. So that's one more angle to look at, one more story to, thicken the plot of our game. So our jump ball will begin in a few moments, but again, stay tuned. We still have one more game after this one. As you can see, our RC Gymnasium is slowly but surely getting filled up with some green shirts. Of course, others are Benilde fans, but most of them, of course, are here for the can't-miss game between DLSU and San Beda, a battle of NCAA and UAAP champions. But for our jump ball, it's going to be the LPU Pirates getting first dibs of this competition, as Palingayan will miss on the first shot. Put back is good. So it's a good start here for the LPU Pirates. A chance to make it a three-point play, get the first. They already get the first basket of the game, but a chance to make it a 3-0 start. So it's Panelo at the line. Bonus freebie here for Panelo. That's off the mark. Ancheta racing for that basketball, and St. Benilde will have a chance to score the first shot, but Palingayan takes it away, although he will fumble that doorstep shot. So Celis grabs the rebound and he will bring it down, although he almost lost it. They're having a hard time. Liwag crossing half court. Kahukom will score. Josh Kahukom, again, I've mentioned him. A lot of players for this St. Benilde Blazers, but I'm arguably Josh Kahukom the most reliable guard in that roster. As we can see, he almost got a steal. So a good start for both of our teams. LPU getting an end one a while ago. For St. Benilde, it was Kahukom breaking away, finding a gap in that airtight LPU defense. So let's see if the LPU Pirates can score their second basket of the game. Meanwhile, Palingayan, that pass was too low for him. Ondoa had a good intention, but again, Palingayan just having a hard time grabbing that basketball. So the Benilde Blazers will have a chance to take the lead here. Again, so far, it only has been Joshua Kahukom scoring for St. Benilde. Celis, though, will try to add off the back iron. He gets it back. Celis outside. Ancheta, right side attack. Sends it outside. Celis once again. The basketball in his hands. Inside to Morales. Tapped away. So here comes the Pirates. Ondoa with the basketball. who, by the way, is playing against his former team. Roger Ondoa, short, one more time, and he puts it in on the second chance opportunity. Liwag forwards it. Kahukom, Ancheta. This time it's Liwag on the elbow. Ancheta, left swing pass. Kahukom, right side attack. Outside again, Jomel. Ancheta hits a three. Jomel Ancheta gives Benilde a 1-point lead, 5-4. So it's going to be a tough task for the likes of Lion Palingayan going up against Jomel Ancheta. This should be a good one. Of course, Palingayan can also hold his own, as we see Panelo getting called for a traveling violation. So that's a turnover for the Pirates, as we'll check this out one more time. First shot did not go in for Ondoa, but he did not give up on that play. And I'm sure he's used to playing against these guys. But for Ancheta, he knocks it down from outside, giving Benilde the lead that time, but they do have a 1-point lead right now. Celis on that right corner. He'll take a three all day to shoot, but he's gonna miss badly, as Palingayan was there to regather that basketball. And a chance for LPU to take the lead here. Ondoa will provide the pick. Ondoa received it after setting up a screen. He will put one up. He's denied. Ancheta picks it up, gives it up to Liwag. In transition, St. Benilde. Alin Liwag will put it in. Make it a 3-point lead for St. Benilde, 7-4. With almost 3 minutes passing by our first quarter, so quite a fast-paced first quarter we have here. It's Jonathan Daileg drawing a foul. We'll check it out one more time. Lion Palingayan try to draw the charge, but it was Alin Liwag prevailing in that sequence, scoring his first 2 points of the game. So Jonathan Daileg will be shooting free throws here. Averaged close to 8 points per game and 4 rebounds, including a single dime and almost a single steal in their last NCAA season. He played an average of 20 minutes in that season, but again, LPU lost a couple of guys, the likes of Gael Montaño, of course, Ato Barba. So expect Coach Jamay Kanin to utilize the skill set of Jonathan Daileg the next season, as Daileg will put that free throw in, and it's down to a 1-point lead for St. Benilde. Ancheta forwards it to Celis. In transition, St. Benilde. Celis pulls back, but Palingayan is called for the foul, as he was seen pulling the jersey of Rafi Celis, although Benilde will have a redo here, a 17-second possession. Morales the handoff. Left swing pass. Kahukom for a three. No good for Josh. The putback is good for Alin Liwag. Third time's the charm for St. Benilde. Almost a steal here. But still, a good defensive sequence for LPU. Meanwhile, LPU right now, Palingayan. Outside dish, Daileg for three. That's short. Ancheta with a foul inside the paint on that pursuit of the rebound. Our officials getting a clear look on that sequence. So something tells me this game will be quite different. You can see as early as now, a lot of physicality being shown by two of our teams. No good on the shot. Ondoa with a basketball outside. They have time to work with. Ondoa will attack. Roger denied. Beautiful defense coming from Mo Morales, blocking his former teammate. But LPU will get a redo. Wait a minute, Coach Jamay Karin will call a timeout, as he will try to search for the best shot possible with a 14 seconds given to him in the next possession. And St. Benilde will have to defend that. So let's see if Coach Jamay can indeed do that. But for now, we'll be taking a short break. Over 6 minutes left to play in our first chapter. Back inside the RC Gymnasium in San Beda University. Again, the homeowners of this venue, the San Beda Red Lions, will be playing against their fellow champions, the DLSU Green Archers, so stay tuned for that matchup. But for now, let's enjoy some Benilde LPU action as St. Benilde is leading by 3 points here, 9-6. No teams yet scoring in double figures as we're nearing the 6-minute mark of our opening chapter. Inside, that's too strong. A lot of activity inside the paint, but it ends up with Roger Ondoa. Almario forced to shoot. Too strong. Ball ends up with Justin Sanchez. Kahukom at the break. LPU with good transition defense. Benilde forced to reset. Liwag provides the pick for Kahukom. Josh attacks, outside dish, they swing it around. The big guy, Liwag, tries a three and puts it in. Off the back board here for Allen Liwag. And he makes it a 6-point lead for the Blazers. Meanwhile, Daileg hits a three. Way to answer back for Jonathan Daileg. On the other side, it's Josh Kahukom with the basketball. Gives it inside to Liwag. Outside again, Kahukom to Ancheta. Inside to Morales. Beautiful passing, but that's tapped away. LPU now in transition. Ondoa lost the handle, so possession will go back to St. Benilde. Both teams really doing a good job of defending each other in the transition. But first, another look on that Allen Liwag three-pointer from the top of the arc. And the answer coming from Jonathan Daileg, that time a left wing triple. So LPU not too far off, only a 3-point disadvantage. But right now it's Kahukom with the basketball, tapped away by Villegas. Almost a steal completed by LPU, but looks like Benilde will retain possession. They have a 17-second possession here. So let's see who they go to. Kahukom will be tasked to inbound the basketball here from the baseline. Liwag swings it to Ancheta. This time it's Sanchez inside Morales. Outside again Justin. Sanchez using the pick from Liwag. Allen lost it. Morales settles for the jumper, but that is no good as Villegas secures the possession for the Pirates. Villegas to Aviles. Outside again. Daileg for three. That is no good. Ancheta skying high for that rebound. And our officials at the same time calling a foul against LPU. So that is the second team foul of the Pirates this chapter. Benilde with 3 team fouls, so that's only one more foul to give for them. Meanwhile, it's Sanchez. Auriga seeing action for the first time this game for Coach Jamay Karin. Another big body to place inside, although Mo Morales found an opening for 2 points. Make it a 5-point lead for the St. Benilde Blazers. Not that time for LPU. Liwag inhaling that rebound as we'll bring it down. Torres also seeing action for the first time this game. Oh, what a pass from Liwag. Sanchez outside, hits a three. Bombs away for Justin Sanchez. All the way from that right wing, and he makes it an 8-point lead now for St. Benilde. As it's Matthew Hukom also seeing action. Newly inserted here by Coach Paulo Layug. Galas also inserted here, so a couple of substitutions for the green shirts. Meanwhile, Benilde hitting a three a while ago. That is courtesy of Justin Sanchez. Meanwhile, it's LPU. Matthew Rubigo also seeing minutes for the first time. Aurigue thought about the three, contested by Galas. Guadagna will take it instead, and that is off the back iron and outside. So Macleod Guadagna, again, another interesting case for LPU. Was sidelined for quite a while, but right now, actually he played yesterday, but I believe this is the first serious action we're seeing of Macleod Guadagna as we see Galas score in transition inside the paint for CSB. Meanwhile, Guadagna the fake. Guadagna finding a way. Too strong. Galas. Oh, Galas and Torres were fighting for it, although Aviles fumbled that shot. Although LPU has it, Aurigue finally scores 2 points for LPU. Lead is at 8 points for CSB. Torres to Liwag, that is way off, so possession will go back to LPU. So Liwag will go outside. Ronjigo, the much younger Ronjigo, will be tasked to give St. Benilde quality minutes as their main big man will take a seat here. Rubico to Aurigue. The handoff to Villegas. Shot clock at 12 for LPU. They have time to work with. Guadagna. Outside again, Aurigue. The handoff to Rubico. He'll try a 3. That is way off, although Villegas gets it back. They have 2 seconds though. They have to shoot it soon, and that's going to be a shot clock violation for the LPU Pirates. So good defensive sequence for CSB. But let's see if they can convert defense into offense here. Galas with a basketball. Gives it up to Torres. Forwards it to Hukom. Hukom thought about the 3. Will send it inside instead. Ronjigo did not catch it after it was seen last touched by an LPU Pirate. So possession will stay with the Benilde Blazers as they'll have 14 seconds to work with here. Hukom looking for an option. Galas on that right corner. He's against Aurigue. Outside dish. Torres to Sanchez. To the corner. Hukom for 3. Not that time. Galas puts it back in. Make that 4 points in total for Ariel Galas. As right now it's Aviles with the basketball. That came from Rubico, but this time it's Renz Villegas. Villegas, he'll try a 3. Not that time for Renz. Galas had the basketball, but there was a foul. An offensive foul will be called on Justin Sanchez. It was Renz Villegas on the receiving end of that call, so a successful stop for LPU. But again, they are trailing here by 10 points, so he will have to do a better job, or they will have to do a better job in terms of offense. Under 2 minutes left to play in our opening chapter. Rubico with the basketball. This time it's Daileg. He'll hand it off to Renz. Top of the arc, it's Aviles to the left corner. Guadagna for 3, denied by Hukom. So St. Benilde continues their beautiful perimeter defense, as LPU will have 10 seconds to work with here. Matthew Rubico will be tasked to inbound here from the baseline. LPU setting up their baseline play as Rubico tried to search for Guadagna. That is tapped away. They have 5 seconds to work with here. Guadagna lost the handle. He'll have to shoot it. Guadagna fading away. Not that time. Tapped away. Possession will stay with CSP, but for LPU, that was not the best shot perhaps for them, although Benilde did do a good job of defending them. A chance to extend this 10-point lead for CSB. Galas, the handoff. Tapped away. Rubico says goodbye for 2. Lead is trimmed down to 8 points after a Matthew Rubico breakaway lay-in. Under a minute to play in our opening chapter. Quite a first one we have here. A fast one, rather, we have here. Let's check it out one more time. A while ago, Matthew Rubico able to escape for the much-needed 2 points to trim down this, or the previous 10-point lead of CSB. Right now, it's at 8 points. As Roger Ondoas is inserted by Coach Jamai Karin to replace Genesis Aviles, and Ondoa immediately making an impact, tapping that ball away, but possession will stay with the St. Benilde Blazers. They are up by 8 points and they'll have a 12-second redo here. Torres, top of the arc 3, and he puts it in. Ian Torres making his presence felt from the outside. And LPU will turn the ball over yet again. So CSB really doing a good job. It's not that LPU is being sloppy with the basketball. It's just Benilde really defending very well. So obviously LPU will have to address that issue come the second quarter. But now they do get a steal here as Villegas settles for a jumper and puts it in despite the traffic. So a much needed basket here for the LPU Pirates, courtesy of Renz Villegas. And talking about Renz Villegas, he averaged 13 points per game, close to 4 rebounds, close to 2 dimes, and close to 2 steals in 27 minutes of action last NCAA season 101. So it's very clear that Renz Villegas' contribution is really scoring, and he did do just that with a 3-point play for LPU. But unfortunately, the lead is back to 8 points. So again, they will have to defend CSB. 21 seconds remaining. Shot clock is off. Let's see if LPU can nab a steal. CSB crossing half court. Inside, Podador denied by the high-flying Roger Ondoa. Although CSB will have one more chance. 13 seconds remaining. We have a substitution here. Caicedo checking in for Maclod Guadagna. Podador will bring it out from the baseline. Finds Sanchez outside. Sanchez looking for an opening outside to Hukom. Hukom attacks. Matthew Hukom finding an opening. Time is winding down. Rubico. He puts one up. He puts it in. Matthew Rubico. What a way to end our first quarter. So that is gonna count. Again, Matthew Rubico scoring the last basket of our first quarter, but our score is 26-18, still an 8-point lead for Benilde, as we'll be back after this short break. Let's take another look. Again, a lot of baskets, a lot of breakaways for CSB, but obviously LPU not backing down from the challenge. We saw the likes of Roger Ondoa, Renz Villegas, Jonathan Dileg provide for LPU, but of course, Jomel Lanchera hit a 3 a while ago. Josh Kahukom also contributed some. Allen Liwag happened as well. And of course, that Matthew Hukom last second shot. But then again, Matthew Rubico happened as well, so a lot of back and forth sequences between our teams. That is our first quarter summary. Again, so far it's an 8-point lead for the Blazers. So far, leading the charge for both teams is Allen Liwag with 7 points. That's for CSB. And for Jonathan Dileg, he has 5 points for LPU. Although Galas of CSB and Rubico of LPU is not too far off with 4 points each. And so far, that is already 12 fast break points for CSB. I mean, LPU is not far off with 9 points of their own, so a lot of running in today's matchup. As we're seeing the RC Gymnasium again slowly getting filled as everybody is waiting for the can't-miss matchup between the DLSU Green Archers, the UAAP champions, and the NCAA champions. Actually, we're in their den, the Lions den, the San Beda Red Lions. But that's going to be an interesting one. But for now, let's enjoy some incoming second quarter action between CSB and LPU. And again, I've mentioned some numbers a while ago. Again, Villegas averaged 13 points for LPU, but for Benilde, for some notable names, Allen Liwag averaged 12 points per game, close to 10 rebounds in his last season in the NCAA, which was an MVP season, by the way. So again, let's not forget that one. Allen Liwag is a 2-time NCAA MVP. Meanwhile, let's take a look at that Matthew Rubico sequence a while ago. So that is gonna count. 2 points for Matthew Rubico. The running shot coming from the former Green Archer, now turned LPU Pirate. I mean, he was a junior Pirate, but of course this is the senior ranks now. So looking forward to what kind of impact Matthew Rubigo can make in this game and, of course, for the whole LPU program as a whole. 8-point lead for CSB as they get the first dibs. Oh, that's going to be a takeaway. Panelo couldn't complete the fast break play as Galas has it. He is running. Galas, eyes on the prize. Goodness gracious! Some wizardry coming from Iril Galas. Let's see how LPU will respond, as that is the first basket of our second quarter. Everybody diving for that basketball. Daileg gets it inside. Oh, up and under move for LPU as well. That time it's Panelo showcasing his own version of the up and under move. Let's take a look one more time again. Some acrobatics being showcased by Panelo. So he'll be shooting his bonus freebie here. It's down to an 8-point lead as Panelo is unable to complete the free throw. Oh, that's a lane violation on CSB, so Panelo will have a chance for a redo. But right now it's an 8-point lead for CSB. Almost a minute passing by our second chapter. So Panelo is unable to make his free throw. CSB now running to the other side. They have an 8-point advantage. Go inside. Go. Scoops it up and in for 2 points. Beautiful recognition coming from Justin Sanchez at the break. So right now the lead is back to double digits. Daileg tries a three. Puts it in. Jonathan Daileg from downtown. And that is trimmed down, talking about the lead here. Lead is only at 7 points for Benilde. Meanwhile, stolen here by Roger Ondoa. Forward pass, Daileg says goodbye. On-point passing coming from Roger Ondoa, and Jonathan Daileg did not disappoint. But we have a stoppage of play here. A foul will be called on LPU. That is their first team foul. Both teams actually having one team foul each. Jomel Ancheta checks in the game for CSB. Maclod Godania checking in the game for LPU as well. Same goes with Genesis Aviles. Coach Jamai Karin probably would like to provide some inside defense. That is the purpose of Genesis Aviles. But right now it's a 5-point lead for CSB. It was 11 points a while ago. Hukom using the pick from Galas. The double team on Hukom. Go outside. Sanchez. He tries the three. No good. Ronjigo gets it back. Go outside. Ancheta with a basketball. Searching for options, but they have 7 seconds remaining. Ancheta. Fade away. Short. Ondoa skying high for that rebound. Roger attacking. Ondoa. The handoff to Villegas. Ondoa up top. Right side pass to Guadagna. Maclod. High pass to Roger. Ondoa inside the paint. Ondoa. Still nothing. Try to get it back. He does. What hustle showcased by Ondoa. Outside. Not that time for Daileg. Ondoa gets it back somehow, some way. Still nothing for Ondoa. And that was a total of 4 tries for LPU. Unfortunately, that did not materialize for them, although Iril Galas with a high in the sky play makes it a 7-point advantage for St. Benilde. Aviles, the handoff. The attack here, Daileg. Not that time for Jonathan Daileg. But we have a 2-man substitution here for CSB. But first, speaking of CSB, it was Iril Galas soaring high for 2 points off that lob coming from Jomel Ancheta. So far it's 8 points now for Iril Galas. Sanchez with 3 points, Ancheta has 3, Hukom has 2, and Ronjigo has 2 rebounds and 2 points as well. As Daileg will put that free throw in. But still a close one. No team really gaining some distance over the other. As we have over 3 minutes passing by our opening chapter. 6-point advantage here for St. Benilde, but a chance to trim it down with one more free throw coming from Jonathan Dayaleg. So for Jonathan Dayaleg, he averaged close to 8 points, 4 rebounds last season in 20 minutes of action. Of course, in the last season of the NCAA, season 101. As Rubico will check in, Dayaleg will check out. So looks like Rubico will be manning the point guard spot for LPU. Meanwhile, Podador inside to Liwag. Allen Liwag muscles his way inside for some easy 2 points. Lead is at 7 points now for St. Benilde. But Podador committing a foul. So that is the third team foul now of CSB compared to 1 of LPU as Rubico has it. Swings it to Aviles. Genesis outside. The big guy hands it off to Guadagna. Villegas up top. The pick from Aurigue. Villegas, what a pass! However, Aurigue fumbles that shot. Meanwhile, miscalculated pass coming from Villegas. What a spin. Villegas, oh my goodness, what a move! Renz Villegas going deep in his bag. But on the other side, Podador staying unfazed. CSB staying undistracted. Able to counter with their own 2 points. However, Maclod Guadagna will hit a 3 from that left wing. So what a string of runs here for both of our squads. As we have 6 minutes remaining in our second chapter. And if you think the only good game today is the DLSU game versus or the DLSU San Beda game, you're making a mistake. You better tune into this one as well. Rubico with a basketball. Matthew, inside find, tapped away by Liwag. Possession though will stay with the Pirates. Let's check it out one more time. Renz Villegas deep in his bag. The wizardry coming from Renz Villegas. It was so nice, we have to see it twice. A fake behind the back pass. But LPU will need more of those as they're trailing by 4 points. Guadagna, fly-by move. Off to the left. Rebound picked up by Gio Gonzaga, seeing action for the first time this game. Liwag outside. Podador for 3. Short. Oh, Rafi Celis out of nowhere, skying high, but couldn't put it back in despite 2 tries. Although he will be shooting 2 free throws here. Talking about Rafi Celis, last NCAA season he averaged 6.5 points, close to 3 boards, close to 2 dimes, and close to 1.5 steals. So really just stuffing up the stat sheet, talking about Rafi Celis, all of those in 17 minutes of action. Very efficient minutes being provided by Rafi Celis. At that time for Coach Charles Chu, but right now for Coach Paulo Layug. Although Coach Charles is in the venue, of course seated next to Coach Pau. Second free throw coming up for Rafi Celis. That first one went in. Celis will go 1 out of 2. Palingayan able to get the basketball. Guadagna on that right corner, defended by Ancheta. Guadagna backing down. Inside, Palingayan, outside again, Villegas for 3. That is no good. Last touch on a Benilde Blazer, so possession will stay with LPU. Coach Jamai Karin will call a timeout as his team is down by 5 points with under 5 minutes left to play in our second chapter. We'll be back for more. You're still tuning in to the NSAC 2026, and you can see our RC Gymnasium slowly but surely getting filled up. And of course, who's in the house? It's no other than UAAP champion Coach Topex Robinson. And expect him to be cerebral when it comes to the approach he'll be using against San Beda. And speaking of San Beda, there you go, some fans are wearing some red shirts. Of course, we have other people here on the other side. So everybody really just, enjoying this Sunday afternoon. Of course, first with this LPU Benilde game, and afterwards, a San Beda versus DLSU game. Just saying that matchup feels like a fever dream for a college basketball fan. But of course, thanks to the NSAC, that is no longer a dream, as Ondoa will attack. But there seems to be a call here. (37-32). A 5-point advantage for the St. Benilde Blazers. But right now, they're on the defensive end of the floor. Villegas using that pick from Ondoa. Aurigue sinks in the 2. Or rather, that is a 3. Meanwhile, Villegas picks the pocket of CSB. Guadagna goes left. He'll lose it on his way to the iron. But possession will stay with the Pirates. Lead is down to 2 points. A while ago, it was double digits in favor of CSB. So props to Coach Jamay Karin again. We're no longer surprised given his experience. Of course, previously coached another NCAA team. San Beda, actually, he used to coach the team that, owns this place. So, that's another interesting story. A lot of stories, actually, between games, between teams. As right now, Villegas, oh my goodness. The sauce and the cross for Renz Villegas. Podador forwards it to Liwag. Gonzaga, 2 points for Gio Gonzaga. That is his first basket of the game. We have 4 minutes remaining in our first half. Lead is at 3 points. Villegas, let's see what he has in mind, but right now it's Lion Paningayan. Aurigue for 3. Not that time. Ondoa gets it back. What a rebounding game here for Roger Ondoa, as he continues to be aggressive, and it's very poetic. He's showing his aggression towards his former team. But right now, we'll take another look on that Lance Aurigue bucket from that right slot. And this crossover move coming from the very shifty Renz Villegas. Although Gio Gonzaga kept things simple on the other side with some 2 points of his own. So a lot of back and forth strings of action here. Only a 2-point lead for CSB, very manageable if you're LPU. So far, Roger Ondoa has 6 rebounds in this game. Only 2 points, but then again, Roger Ondoa can clearly score if he wants to. As right now, Benilde at the break. Raficelli sends it outside. Arlie Podador hesitated on that 3. Palingayan takes it away. Lion Palingayan soars high for 2 points, scoring over the much taller Justin Sanchez. And just like that, we have a tied game at 39. Let's see if CSB can reclaim the lead. Ancheta. This time it's Celis. Outside again, Jamel. Arlie with the basketball. Arlie for 3. Bingo! Arlie Podador, all the way from Taft Avenue, sinks in the 3. A chance to make it a 4-point play. Let's check it out one more time. Again, Arlie Podador, the young gun, the former LaSalle Green Hills Greenie, contributing, making his presence felt for CSB. Bonus freebie coming up for Arlie Podador. He gives Benilde the lead once again, and a chance actually to make it a 2-possession lead for his team. As there is an incoming 2-man substitution for Coach Paulo Layug. I believe that's Joshua Cahucom and S.J. Moore. Seeing action for the first time this game, he's going to place Rafi Celis. And Arlie Pododoro is replaced by Josh Makahukom. So let's see if SJ Moore can provide us with some highlights. A while ago, we saw already 2 highlights coming from Renz Villegas. Right now, it's Ondoa with a basketball. Gives it up to Lion Palingayan. LPU trying to find the best shot possible. Oh, what a shot and what a move. And that is courtesy of Jerome Almario. But we have a whistle afterwards. So that is an offensive foul called on Ian Torres. So LPU will get another chance here. Coach Jamaica rin happy with Lions' performance so far, as we saw Coach Jamaica tapping on the back. I mean, I'm not sure if that was a tap, but point is he's happy with the performance of his young guard. But right now it's LPU with a basketball. Almario scored 2 points a while ago. Let's see if he can continue his own run. Oh, that's taken away by Josh Kahukom. In transition, here comes Allen Liwag. Outside dish, SJ for 3. Off the back iron, we have some activity inside the paint. Coach Paulo Layog having some words for our officials, but then again, our officials, of course, have the best view in the seat, the best view of the angle. So, of course, what they deem is what it is. So CSB will have a chance. So after all, the call favored them. Kahukom, baseline trigger. Outside, SJ. Back to Josh. Kahukom to the corner, Allen. Liwag, Torres, Sanchez. Left slot 3. No go. Kahukom out of nowhere, grabbing that rebound. Although he wasn't aware that time was running out. So LPU dodging a bullet that time around. They have a chance to take the lead here with a 3 or tie things up at 43. As we see Renz Villegas once again check in on your screens. Coach Paulo Layug again with Coach Charles Chu taking a different coaching role now in the professional. Coach Paulo Layug will be tested in a different kind of way this time. I mean, I do know he's already an experienced coach, but of course, he's going to be, hopefully he's going to be the official head coach of CSB coming next season. So that's something to look forward to. And as a matter of fact, Coach Topex Robinson is actually a consultant for the CSB Blazers. So that is an interesting, fact to know. Champion coach in the UAAP, helping his brothers in the NCAA. But right now, Jonathan Daileg is shooting free throws, as first one will bounce out. So far, it's a 2-point lead for the CSB Blazers. But we're still just in our second quarter. 2 minutes left to play here, so a lot of time for the LPU Pirates to make things happen. And on your screens, in attendance, the very cerebral Coach Yuri Escueta with a smile on his face. I'm sure he's excited to face against his former players, I'm sorry. But Jonathan Daileg on the other side, scoring 2 points. And that'll give LPU a 1-point lead, 44-43, with under 2 minutes left to play in our second chapter. Timeout called here. We'll be back for more. In attendance is TV actress Rita Daniela, supporting, of course, the LPU Pirates. Supporting his longtime partner, the returning again, Maclod Guadagna, looking to make an impact for LPU. Meanwhile, almost a steal here. Oh, Renz Villegas completes the steal. Renz, gets called for a violation. Unfortunate for Renz Villegas, but nevertheless, a beautiful defensive sequence for the LPU Pirates. Torres with the basketball. Torres hounded by Rubico. Torres though escapes Rubico and then scores 2. So Ian Torres able to outsmart the young Matthew Rubico. Meanwhile though, Rubico high off the glass answers back with his own version of the 2-pointer. A minute remaining in our first half. 1-point lead for the Pirates. Kahukom on that right side. The stop outside. Ian Torres for 3. Off the back iron. Liwag almost lost it and he does. So here comes Roger. Ondoa the spin. Ondoa making things happen on both sides of the court. Roger Ondoa with some much needed production for Coach Jamay Karin as he gives LPU a 3-point lead. 43 seconds remaining in our second chapter. Another look on that Roger Ondoa spin move all the way to the iron, scoring off the backboard, and a chance to make it a 3-point play for the former CSB Blazer. 43 seconds remaining as Ondoa will complete the 3-point play, giving LPU a 2-possession lead, 49-45. Kahukom thought about the 3, gives it up to Hukom. Hukom gave it up to Allen Liwag, but there's some activity between him and Jonathan Daileg. (49-45), a 4-point lead here for the LPU Pirates. Two-man substitution here for Coach Paulo Layug. We're seeing Arlie Porador and Rafi Celis check in the game. Of course, Rafi Celis to provide some perimeter scoring and defense, for Arlie Porador to provide some ball handling. Him and Joshua Kahukom tasked with responsibilities in the backcourt spots. And for LPU, it's the young Matthew Rubico and the shifty Renz Villegas in the backcourt. Guadagna on the wing. Same goes with Ondoa and Jonathan Dailig at the 5. So quite a small ball lineup for LPU. But they do have the lead here, so if it ain't broke, don't fix it. That's what they say. And you can see Allen Liwag in disbelief on that call, arguing that the ball hit Daileg a while ago. But again, our officials at the end of the day have the best view in the house. So what they say is what it is. But right now, Daileg has it. Liwag defending him. Daileg putting on the moves. Daileg hands it off. Rubico will ask for a pick. Ondoa will provide it. Rubico, high pass to Roger. Too high apparently. And Coach Jamaic not happy with that sequence. As we have 11 seconds remaining in our first half, the Benilde Blazers will call a timeout as they'll have a chance to shoot the last shot of our second quarter. We'll be back for more. Back inside the RC gym here in San Beda University for the last 11 and a half seconds of our second quarter. 3-point lead so far by LPU, but a chance for Benilde to tie things up or cut the lead to just one. That's tapped away by Matthew Rubico. Rubico arguing that the ball last touched Torres, but Benilde will retain possession. Hukom forwards it to Ancheta. Gives it up to Justin. Sanchez looking for his guard. And that's a foul. So that's a blocking foul on Matthew Rubico. So that is rather already the penalty situation for LPU. Actually both teams, but this time it's CSB shooting free throws. 4.5 seconds remaining in our second chapter. The St. Benilde Blazers will have a chance to trim down this 3-point advantage as Justin Sanchez is at the line. First free throw is in for Justin Sanchez, as last season he averaged close to 12 points per game, close to 6 rebounds, close to 2 dimes, and a single takeaway, all in 25 minutes of action. So really a lot of contributions made by Justin in this Coach Paulo Layog-led CSB roster. Justin Sanchez went 2 out of 2 from that trip, so lead is at 1 point only for LPU. A lot of substitutions for both of our squads. So let's see if Coach Jamay Karin will make more substitutions, but we're not sure yet. I believe, oh, that was Nathaniel Fuentes, inserted by Coach Jamay Karin. Villegas running. Renz, oh, stepped out of bounds. Good defense coming from Galas, having that height advantage against Renz Villegas. So another 2-man insertion here. It's Ian Torres and Allen Liwag. 1.2 seconds remaining. A chance for a buzzer-beating shot here. Let's see how they approach the thin frame they have. Torres will be bringing out the basketball. It's Auriga defending him. So let's see who tries to get free. Sanchez trying to get free. Ancheta lost it. Tried to find an open shot, but he did not. So that'll conclude our first half. It's 49-48, a 1-point advantage, a thin advantage here for the LPU Pirates, but I'm sure Coach Jamay Karin will take that anytime and any day. But we have 20 more minutes of action after this one, so hold on to your seats, grab your popcorn, grab your food, and enjoy the venue, as again, we still have one more game after this one. Again, that is our NSAC College Basketball Campus Tour, and we'll be back for more. back inside the RC Gymnasium in San Beda University. And at the half, it's 48-49, a 1-point advantage for the LPU Pirates. As so far, it has been a close one. Everybody chipping in the necessary contributions. But taking a look at our halftime numbers, both teams almost shooting the same percentages. Both teams just making 19 field goals. But Benilde rebounding a little bit by 4 rebounds, 22-18. In terms of assists, CSB has done a better job in distributing the basketball. But for turnovers, also CSB, just really doing a poor job of taking care of that basketball. LPU doing their best, doing a good job of forcing turnovers. As you can see, they have 12 steals compared to 1 off Benilde. So again, these statistics will say volumes on what kind of game it has been. But what's funny is, even though those are the numbers, it is a close one. Again, only a 1-point lead for the LPU Pirates, 49-48. So then again, we have 20 more minutes of action. Anything could still happen. Both teams, both coaches, Coach Pao and Coach Jamaic, not backing down. We have the likes of Allen Liwag scoring 10 points, Daileg with 15, followed by Galas and Podador with 8 and 6 respectively for Benilde, and Villegas has 7, Rubico has 6. So again, everybody chipping in some contributions. We saw Roger Ondoa just, getting a lot of offensive rebounds in that one sequence. So again, everybody just really trying to make their presence felt, doing their role, and that's a formula for pretty much a good collegiate basketball game, and that is what we're here for. Again, this is the NSAC 2026 College Basketball Campus Tour, and the purpose of this is to really determine the best of the best in college basketball. And again, after this one, I've said it so many times, but we have a can't-miss showdown between the San Beda Red Lions, the homeowners of this den, the NCAA champions, going up against the DLSU Green Archers, the UAAP champions in their own right as well. And again, the plot thickens as 2 former King Lions, not Red Lions, King Lions, 2 former King Lions that led San Beda into 2 championships will now play as teammates, but ironically not in San Beda, but they will go up against San Beda. So again, what a story, right? That sounds like a fever dream for every collegiate basketball fan here in the Philippines. But thanks to the NSAC, that is no longer a dream. That is a reality that we will see after this one. As first possession of the third quarter belonging to Renz Villegas and the LPU Pirates. 51-48, 3-point advantage for Renz Villegas and friends. Galas inside to Liwag. Mo Morales, the jumper. That is 2 points for Mo Morales. Meanwhile, Aurigue has it. Sends it out to Rubico. Aurigue up top. The handoff to Maclaude Guadagna. Guadagna attacks off the backboard. It's good for Maclaude Guadagna. Kahukom. Right side, it's Jomel Ancheta. Liwag asking for it, he gets it. He'll try a 3. Bombs away for Allen Liwag. So the big guy showing some range, contributing, tying this game up at 53. Villegas, the handoff. Villegas on the right side of the court. Aviles up top looking for an option. Oh, there's a whistle. There seems to be some activity. Off-ball activity to be exact. So it's Jomel Ancheta getting called for the foul. That is the first team foul of CSB this third chapter. LPU has 11 to work with. Aurigue, the handoff to Rubico. Rubico, nowhere to go. Aviles forced to shoot. That is off the back iron. Out of bounds, so the Benilde Blazers will have a chance to take the lead here. So let's see how they'll approach this one. Manning the point guard spot for CSB is Jomel Ancheta. He's accompanied by Joshua Kahukom. The pick provided by Morales here. Kahukom received it. Kahukom on the corner. Inside. Morales lost it. Beautiful inside defense for LPU, forcing the turnover. Coach Jamaic impressed with that defensive sequence for LPU, but Coach Pao, not so much. Rubico running. Matthew Rubico Coach Paulo Layag arguing that it was just defense. It was only his players playing defense, but again, as I've told you guys, the referees, the officials have the best view in the house. Not in terms of luxury, but in terms of, deeming whether a call should be a call or not. But that time our officials do deem it a call, so a chance for LPU once again to take the lead here. They have a 16-second redo. 2 minutes passing by our third chapter. Rubico inside to Guadagna. Maclod to Aviles. 3-second violation called on Maclod Guadagna. So it hasn't been the best game for Maclod. I'm sure he would like to do more than what he's currently producing, but again, we still have a lot of time. It's not too late to contribute, of course, given that LPU is still in this one. Actually, both of our teams still really grinding it out to gain some distance. As we see Rubico escaping, nobody there to defend him, and he will say goodbye. 2-point lead for the LPU Pirates. Ancheta with the basketball. Jomel searching for options. This time it's Celis. Kahukom for 3. Too strong for Josh Kahukom. Aviles almost turned the ball over, but here comes LPU. Villegas almost lost the handle. Renz Villegas, Pinoy step for Renz Villegas. What wizardry coming from the shifty guard of LPU. But let's see how CSB will respond. 4-point lead, 2-possession advantage for LPU. Tapped away. Celis takes it back. Rises up for a 3. That is no good. So there's a whistle from our officials. We'll take another look again. A turnover for CSB. Matthew Rubico found himself alone on the other side to score 2 points. And LPU scoring 2 points, but this time in a more magical way. Renz Villegas moving like a magician so far this game. Meanwhile, Hukom couldn't hit the 3, but there's some inside contact, some inside activity between Daileg and Celis. So possession will stay with the Benilde Blazers. Rafi Celis will be tasked to inbound the basketball. As we see Jonathan Daileg check in the game. I believe is playing the 3 position, so quite a big lineup for Coach Jamay Karin. Liwag. Liwag attacks. Allen Liwag in and out on the shot, gets it back. Liwag one more time. He gets clipped, so that's going to be 2 free throws for the reigning NCAA MVP. First one is no good for Allen. Again, last season he averaged close to 13 points per game, close to 10 rebounds actually, close to 2 assists and 1 block per game, all in 26 minutes of action last season, 101 of the NCAA. Again, that was an MVP season for Allen. Meanwhile, Rubico will attack. Rubico somehow, some way puts it up and puts it in, despite the much bigger defender in Allen Liwag. Mo Morales to the corner. Hukom gives it up to Ancheta. Jomel attacks inside to Mo. Good perimeter defense coming from CSB, or rather LPU, but CSB will retain possession as we see Palingayan replace Matthew Rubico. Hukom, the inbound. Morales, the big guy, tries a 3 and he puts it in. Mo Morales from downtown, and he makes it just a 3-point difference between them and LPU. 59-56. We have under 6 minutes left to play in our third chapter. Jomel Ancheta denied by Aviles. Spectacular transition defense coming from LPU and Genesis Aviles. As we are nearing the 5-minute mark of our third quarter. 59 to 56. 3-point advantage for LPU. Palingayan searching for a friend. Renz Villegas lost it. Possession will stay with the LPU Pirates as Ian Torres will replace Jomel Ancheta. Over 5 minutes left to play in our third chapter. Palingayan. This time it's Renz Villegas. Renz going to work. The pull-up. No good for Villegas. Rebound by Celis. In transition, Liwag. 2 points for CSB and Alan Liwag. Make it 15 points for Alan Liwag, including 5 rebounds and 5 dimes. As CSB now is just 1 point away from LPU. Palingayan. This time Aviles. The handoff to Jonathan Daileg. Aurigue needs to put one up. Aurigue. Short. Liwag grabs the rebound. Liwag attacks. Alan Liwag loses it against Palingayan. You gotta love the hustle coming from the young gun. Daileg loses it. So Jonathan Daileg will be shooting free throws here. And speaking of Jonathan Daileg, he averaged close to 9 points per game, close to 4 boards, close to a single dime, and close to a single takeaway in 20 minutes of action last NCAA Season 101. That time, they were led by then-coach Gilbert Malabanan, but again, for the incoming years, it's going to be Coach Jamay Karin, tasked to give LPU an NCAA championship. But again, that's going to be more than difficult as we are all playing in the home court of the NCAA reigning champions. 3-point lead here for the Pirates. Torres for 3. Not that time. Oh my goodness, Rafi Celis out of nowhere gets it, although he cannot secure the basketball. But if you're Coach Paulo Layug, you have to be happy with the hustle being showcased by Rafi Celis. But that's gonna gas him out, so Galas will check in. Same goes with Justin Sanchez. Ondoa also going in for Coach Jamay Karin and the Pirates. Roger, again Ondoa playing against his former team. Palingayan, the pull-up from the elbow, in and out. And Liwag will secure the board here. Alan Liwag on the floor right now. I mean, hopefully he's all okay. I mean, I think we last saw him with Lion Palingayan as he was into pursuit of the basketball. So our officials will take a look one more time just to be sure. Again, you know, aside from doing their best to make the right calls, of course, it's their job to enforce some discipline here, so it's not clear what he did. I don't think it's anything intentional. Another look. Again, the action was so fast. It's hard to judge what exactly happened. But so far, it's a 3-point lead for the LPU Pirates, 61 to 58. And if you're LPU, you cannot afford to, you know, do those kinds of things. Of course, worst comes to worst, that'll mean an unsportsmanlike foul. And who knows, that might give CSB the momentum. So again, you do not want to commit those kinds of activities if you're Coach Jamay Karin and the LPU Pirates, and that's what I'm saying. An unsportsmanlike foul called on Lion Palingayan. So that's going to be 2 free throws for Allen Liwag and 1 more possession for CSB. A chance to take off, to gain some distance, and to hopefully break away with the W. As we're seeing some new faces here for LPU, we have Jasper Matienzo check in for them. We also have Coach Villaver. So Coach Jamay Karin, an interesting choice for him to gamble on these new names at this point of the game, where it's very close, and again, arguably he needs all his contributors. But there is still a lot of time. We're only in our 3rd quarter. Torres. Oh, he turns the ball over. That pass was intended for Matthew Hukom, but LPU will have a chance nevertheless to make things happen here. A chance to add to that 2-point lead. 61-59 with under 4 minutes left to operate in our 3rd quarter. So that's a foul for Torres. Penalty situation for CSB, so that's 2 freebies given to LPU. It's Koji Villaver shooting free throws. First one goes in, so it's a 3-point lead, but 1 more free throw can make it a 2-possession advantage for the Intramuros-based squad. And Villaver makes it a 4-point advantage for Lyceum. As right now it's Hukom. Cross-court pass to Sanchez. Justin gives it up to Ian Torres. Shot clock at 9 for CSB. Torres nowhere to go, gives it up to Hukom. And that's a foul. Both teams in the penalty, so that's gonna be free throws, but this time for the Blazers. It's Matthew Hukom shooting free throws. First free throw will roll in for Matthew Hukom. And so far he has 3 points in this game. Only 1 field goal so far with a single dime. CSB before these free throws were shooting 6 out of 11, good for 54%. Second free throw. Hukom goes 2 out of 2, so lead is at 2 points. It's back to a 1-possession difference. Villaver, outside dish. Daileg for 3. Not that time. Allen Liwag with another rebound in his bag. Liwag attacks. Allen Liwag, 2 points for the MVP. Villaver. Ondoa. Off the mark for Roger Ondoa. Here comes Liwag. Gives it up to Hukom. Back to Torres. Liwag almost lost it. And that's a foul on Villaver. Another foul on LPU. Coach Jamaic not happy. So that'll prompt Coach Jamay Karin to insert Nat Fuentes. So 2 free throws here for Allen Liwag. A chance to give CSB the lead here, but he will miss off to the right on that first free throw. Second free throw coming up for Allen Liwag. LPU almost lost it. Jasper Matienzo to the corner. Fuentes outside to Villaver. Shot clock at 15. They have time here. Daileg almost lost it, sends it outside. Fuentes denied by Hukom. And Fuentes steps out of bounds, so possession will go to CSB. 1 point lead so far for the Benilde Blazers. And CSB will have, or wait, a foul will be called rather on CSB. So that's gonna be on Matthew Hukom, who has 4 fouls in this game. So far he has 4 points as well and a single dime. So far CSB producing 16 points in this quarter compared to 14 of LPU. LPU were able to beat CSB in that second quarter in terms of scoring, 31-22. But for CSB, they were able to beat LPU in that first quarter scoring, 26-18, as Fuentes will miss that free throw. The lead will stay with CSB. It's at 1 point. Sanchez looking for an opening, gives it up to Hukom. Galas to the corner, Podador for 3. Gets it to go. Arlie Podador makes it a 4-point lead for CSB. Villaver couldn't complete the basket. So here goes Justin Sanchez. Sanchez tried a sidestep move. Made a body inside the paint, so a foul will be called on LPU and some free throws will be given to Justin Sanchez. But another look on that Arlie Podador triple from that left corner. A while ago he was able to complete a 4-point play. So 2 free throws here for Justin Sanchez, former Red Lion. So he's playing in his former home court, but already has played 1 season for CSB and will look to play the next one. Second free throw for Justin Sanchez. He goes 0 out of 2, although CSB does have a 4-point lead as Rubico crosses half court. Rubico gets fouled on Podador. Again on your screens, we saw him a while ago and we're seeing him again. Coach Topix Robinson, to say the least, UAAP champion. I'm sure everybody knows him. Rubico with some free throws here. First one will roll out. And on your screens, the coaching staff of Coach Yuri Escueta. To say the least, again, NCAA champion. Everybody knows him, everybody knows Coach Topix. Second free throw for Matthew Rubico. So that's 1 out of 2 for Matthew. And it's a 3-point lead here for the Benilde Blazers. Sanchez. Oh, couldn't complete 2 points. Ondoa in transition. Roger to Nat Fuentes for 3. Short. Podador gets it for CSB. We have over a minute left to play in our third quarter. Liwag lost the handle, picks it up. At the corner, gives it up to Arlie. Ireel Galas for 3. Not that time. So a lot of activity for both of our teams, but the lead is still thin here, as Ronjigo will be replacing Alan Liwag. Tough shoes to fill for the young Ronjigo. Renz Villegas looking to provide a spark here for LPU after both teams not really scoring a basket for quite a while now. Lion Palingayan also inserted by Coach Jamaic. The handoff to Jonathan Daileg. Ronjigo on him. Daileg attacking. Daileg, 2 points, taking Ronjigo to school. But we have under a minute left to play in our third chapter. Sanchez, Torres on that left side of the arc. Villegas tasked to defend Ian Torres. Podador will take a 3 and he gets it to go. Arlie Podador extend this CSB lead to just 4 points. 70-66, 22 seconds remaining. Daileg to Villegas. Rubico for 3. He answers back with his own version of a triple, this time on the right corner. Time is winding down. 7 seconds remaining. Podador to Galas. Torres has 2 to work with. Galas for 3. And there's a whistle. A 3-second violation on CSB. LPU has 1.3 seconds to be precise to put up a shot here. A chance to write the last sentence of our 3rd chapter. Both teams with no more fouls to give. And it's going to be a challenge for Matthew Rubico. Rubico, high pass. Villegas to Ondoa. LPU having good intentions but just couldn't execute. And that'll do it for the first 30 minutes of action. Score is 70-69, a 1-point advantage, a thin margin in favor of the Benilde Blazers. And in that quarter, Benilde scored 22 points compared to 20 of LPU. But that'll do it. We'll take a short break. We'll have some 4th quarter action ahead of us. So stay tuned. Back inside the RC Gymnasium of San Beda. Again, we're approaching to our 4th and final quarter. Hopefully our 4th and final quarter, but from the looks of it, it's not impossible that we... Do I dare say it? I don't think so, but score is 70-69, only a 1-point lead for the Benilde Blazers, as both teams have been doing the necessary work to stay close to each other. Again, CSB producing 26 points compared to LPU's 18 in the first quarter. In the second one, LPU beating CSB in the scoring department 31-22. And, or correction, that was LPU winning that second quarter. And for the third quarter, it was the Benilde Blazers coming back with their 22 points. LPU not far off with 20 points of their own in that quarter. So, again, it all boils down to our 4th quarter. This is going to be an interesting one. Again, I'm sure most of the people here, they went to our RC Gymnasium here in San Beda for that DLSU SBU game, but they get a bonus game, a very close game, tight contest between CSB, the brothers of DLSU, and LPU, another competitive NCAA team, as we see Arlie Podador hit a 3 from that left wing, makes it a 4-point lead. Inside, Aurigue. Not that time. One more try. Lance Aurigue contributing 2 points. Makes it a 2-point lead only for the Benilde Blazers. Torres tries a 3. Way off for Ian Torres. As here comes Matthew Rubico. He will attack. Oh, no foul call. Oh, Matthew Rubico is in pain. But let's see how CSB will take advantage. Iril Galas. Not that time. Hopefully Matthew Rubico is all okay, as he is in pain. Justin Sanchez aiding to Matthew Rubico. Coach Manu Inigo also coming to assist him. You gotta love the sportsmanship, but then again, we're hoping Matthew Rubico is all okay. Everybody coming in. Roger Ondoa, Renz Villegas, looking to help their teammate up. We have a minute passing by our 4th chapter, as we see Matthew Rubico hopping on 1 foot. Again, hopefully he's all okay. Our medical team on their way to assist him. So that'll prompt Coach Jamay Karin to insert the much experienced Maclaude Guadagna. 73-71. Iril Galas will be shooting 2 free throws after he got clipped in that transition sequence for CSB. First one goes in for Iril Galas. played for the Gilas Pilipinas 3x3 team a while back. Actually, a lot of college players have been selected for our 3x3 team, so that's a good sight to see. We've seen former CSB Blazer Antonio Sebio also suit up, but right now it's LPU looking to trim things down. They're down by 2 possessions. Villegas to Aurigue, the handoff to Daileg. Morales defending him. Daileg going to work. The stop, fading away. Not that time for Daileg. Galas secures the board and gives it up to Orly. Jomel with the basketball. Morales provides a screen here. Ancheta looking for options, gives it up to Morales. Galas on that right wing. Gives it up to Justin Sanchez on the left slot. Auriga tasked to defend him. Shot clock winding down. 3 seconds to work with. Sanchez losing the leather. Beautiful inside defense from the boys of Intramuros. But a timeout first will be called by Coach Jamai Karin as his team is trailing by 2 possessions, 75-71, with almost 2 minutes passing by our 4th chapter. Back inside the RC Gymnasium of San Beda University, and you can see the crowd here already all fired up for our upcoming match. That is our audience here. Again, a lot of familiar faces, a lot of former players, of course coaches, enjoying some CSB LPU action before we head into the main event of our 2nd day of the NSAC 2026. Again, DLSU going up against San Beda. And if you're a collegiate basketball fan here in the Philippines, I don't even have to expound on what kind of game it will be. Talking about the game between DLSU and San Beda. But for now, we'll be enjoying some intense action between LPU and CSB. Again, a 4-point lead here for the Benilde Blazers. But LPU has time. Almost 2 minutes passing by our 4th chapter. Arlie Porador so far with 15 points. The former LSGH Greenie going to work, making things happen for Coach Paulo Layog and CSB. But right now, Villegas and company will try to score a basket here. Ondoa searching for a friend. Roger losing it to Galas, but Galas couldn't complete the steal, so possession will stay with LPU. Renz Villegas will have a trigger here. Ancheta will defend him. LPU has 7 to work with. A backcourt violation for LPU. Renz Villegas in great disbelief, but then again, our officials know the rules here. Everybody knows the rules as well. That is a backcourt violation. 8 minutes remaining in our 4th quarter. A lot of time for LPU to get back on track, but this time they will have to defend the CSB possession as Liwag sends it inside, but his teammate wasn't aware. Ondoa behind the back move. Roger with a basketball, the spin, the shot. 2 points for the former CSB Blazer. Lead is at 2 points for Benilde. 75-73. Podador, fly-by move. He takes a 3, gets it to go. Arlie Podador with 18 points in this game. The young gun came to play. Meanwhile, Guadagna outside to Aurigue. Guadagna able to fish for a foul, so that's 2 free throws coming up for Maclaude Guadagna. As we'll check this out one more time. Roger Ondoa going to work. challenging the defense of his former teammate and reigning MVP, although Arlie Porador, the young gun, the former greenie of LaSalle Green Hills, also hit a 3 on the offensive end. So lead is at 5 points now for St. Benilde. Maclod Guadagna hit his first free throw. So far it's 6 points and counting for Maclod Guadagna. Make it 7 points now. He has 1 assist as well. So for CSB, Liwag has 19 and 10 rebounds. Porador has 18. Galas has 10. 3 CSB Blazers in double figures. But will that be enough to win against LPU? Let's see what they have in mind for this possession, as Ancheta couldn't hit the 3. And possession will go back to the boys of Coach Jamay Karin. Our score 78-75. Ondoa with the basketball gives it up to Maclod Guadagna. Maclod Guadagna guarded by the young gun Arlie Porador. Guadagna to Aurigue. Inside to Renz Villegas. Couldn't sink it. This time it's Ancheta, almost lost the handle. Meanwhile, oh, that's taken away by Jonathan Daileg. He loses it and is able to save it. Renz Villegas, oh, what a fake! What a shifty maneuver for the very shifty guard, Renz Villegas. Meanwhile, Ancheta with a basketball. Ancheta left side swing. Porador gives it back to Jomel. Ancheta back at it. Ancheta still. Oh, turns the ball over. So some miscalculation between him and Alan Liwag. But that's a turnover. Sanchez will be replacing Galas. One-point lead for CSB. Another look on that sequence. First, it was a helter-skelter sequence, but Renz Villegas with a beautiful pump fake, faking out his defender. Meanwhile, it's a one-point lead for CSB. Ondoa gives LPU the lead here. 79-78. And that'll prompt Coach Paulo Layug to call a much-needed timeout. His team is down by 1 point, under 6 minutes left to play in our fourth and final quarter. Back inside the RC Gymnasium in San Beda University again. What a Sunday afternoon crowd we have here, all fired up, all ready for our San Beda DLSU matchup. But first, this sequence a while ago, again, helter-skelter, Daileg saving it, Villegas faking Ancheta out of his shoes and then scoring 2 points. That is what Renz Villegas is capable of. But of course, props to Jonathan Daileg for not giving up on the play. So everybody working to really earn this win. LPU is enjoying a 1 point lead now, but again, they will have to play defense here. Coach Jamaic will insert Panelo. Oh, rather, that's Almario. 1 point lead here for LPU, 79-78. Under 6 minutes left to play here. Ancheta to Porador, back to Jomel, and he's manning the point guard spot for CSB. Sanchez asks for it. Celis also asking for it, but it's given to Ancheta instead. To the corner, Porador for 3. Not that time. CSB gets it back. Celis attacks. Behind the back pass, that's taken away. Celis getting too flashy that time around. Coach Paulo Layog not happy. But LPU will have a chance to add to this 1-point lead. Villegas gives it up to Almario. Aurigue provides the pick. Shot clock at 5 for the Pirates. Outside, Aurigue for 3. Not that time. Everybody going for that basketball, but Rafi Celis with a successful box out against Roger Ondoa, as Mo Morales will replace Rafi Celis. 79-78, a 1-point advantage here for CSB, rather for LPU, but for CSB, they'll have a chance to reclaim the lead here. Again, Arlie Porador with 18 points in this game, as Ancheta couldn't hit the 3. Liwag saves it. CSB with another chance here. Liwag inside to Sanchez, taken away by Ondoa. Roger almost lost it. Gives it up to Renz. Villegas on the left side of the court. Renz inside to Roger. And that's a foul on Jomel Ancheta. As Ancheta helps up his former teammate. Genesis Aviles will be replacing Roger, looking to provide some inside presence for Coach Jamai Karin's LPU 5. Over 4 minutes left to play here. Matthew Hukom also checking in for CSB. 14-second redo here for LPU. Villegas finds Aviles. Outside it's Dileg. Sanchez tasked to defend him, but it's given up to Maclaude Guadagna. Shot clock at 6. Guadagna attacks. Maclaude couldn't complete the play here. Ancheta pulls down the rebound. Liwag in transition. Liwag outside. Hukom for 3. Off the back iron. Hukom gets it back. Liwag with the basketball. Outside it's Ancheta. Shot clock at 7. Jomel to Mo for 3. No good for Morales, and Dileg gets it. Jonathan Dileg in transition. Slow step. Oh, couldn't complete the basket. Would have given LPU a 3-point lead, but here comes CSB, a chance to reclaim the advantage. Liwag goes right. Allen Liwag. One-point lead here for CSB, 79-78. LPU will have this possession. Villaver back in the game. Interesting choice for Coach Jamai Karin. The pick provided by Aviles. Genesis inside, outside again. Villegas for 3. Not that time. And Hukom secures the board. Another chance for Benilde to reclaim the lead here. Ancheta handling the basketball, gives it up to Sanchez. And a foul will be called on Maclaude Guadagna. Or rather, that's on number 16. That's on Villaver. So our two teams now with 2 fouls each. As Jonathan Dileg will be reinserted by Coach Jamai Karin. He has 15 points in this game. To the corner, Matthew Hukom. Sanchez, this time it's Ancheta. The pick from Liwag. Ancheta to Sanchez. Right side attack, 15-footer. 2 points for Justin Sanchez. Oh, the steal here by Mo Morales. So just like that, it's a 4-point lead now for the CSB Blazers. Correction, is a 3-point lead, 82-79, as Renz Villegas is able to draw the foul. As we're nearing the 2-minute mark of our 4th quarter, we'll check it out one more time. Renz Villegas a while ago losing the basketball to Mo Morales and then scoring 2 points. But first, Coach Jamai Karin will call a timeout as they're down by a thin 3 points, 82-79, and we'll be back for more. Back inside the RC Gymnasium of San Beda University, former Red Lion Justin Sanchez hitting a 15-footer a while ago, and Mo Morales, former Red Cub, by the way, scoring 2 points as well. So again, a lot of connections between our players and our venue. Again, Justin Sanchez played for the Red Lions previously. Mo Morales also played for the Red Cubs. Actually, Justin Sanchez also played for the Red Cubs. Played for Coach Manu Inigo, who is now an assistant coach for CSB. So again, a lot of connections, but right now we'll focus on this possession for LPU. But that is a 5-second violation on Maclod Guadagna. So far he has 7 points. I'm sure Coach Jamay Karin is demanding more of him. He'll have to do more. Sanchez with a basketball. CSB taking their time here. Inside to Liwag. Liwag going to work, muscles his way inside against Lance Aurigue. So it's a 5-point lead now for the CSB Blazers as we're nearing the 2-minute mark. Guadagna sends it out. Daileg couldn't hit the triple as Liwag secures the leather. Ian Torres with the basketball. And we're now in the pressure cooker time. Torres for 3. Off the back iron, everybody going for the basketball, but a foul will be called on CSB. That is the 3rd team foul of St. Benilde. Oh, correction, that is the 4th team foul of St. Benilde. So no more fouls to give for them. And maybe that is something the LPU Pirates can exploit moving forward. As for LPU, they still have 2 more fouls to give in our 4th quarter, as Daileg will bring it down against Justin Sanchez. The pick provided by Ondoa. Aurigue, the handoff to Renz. Villegas going to work. Renz outside. Daileg. Maclod. Guadagna. 2 points for Maclod Guadagna. Much needed basket for LPU to keep CSB at bay. 3-point advantage for St. Benilde. Liwag, outside dish, Hukom for 3. That is big. Matthew Hukom with some damage control. Lead is at 6 points for St. Benilde. No choice for Coach Jamay Karin but to call a timeout. And we'll be back for the last 1 minute and 24 seconds of our 4th quarter. You're still tuning in to the NSAC 2026 College Basketball Campus Tour. And again, Matthew Hukom a while ago hit a left wing triple to make it a 6-point lead for the College of St. Benilde Blazers. With over a minute remaining in our 4th quarter. Again, the score is 87-81. And again, that is what transpired a while ago. Daileg late on the closeout against the lefty shooter, Matthew Hukom. 87-81. So far, St. Benilde scoring 17 points in this quarter compared to 12 of the Pirates. And it's a 6-point lead now for the College of St. Benilde Blazers.
14 seconds on the shot clock.
So 14 to shoot here for the boys of Coach Jamay Karin. Jonathan Daileg will trigger the inbound here. Villegas trying to get free. Guadagna gets it instead. He'll try a 3. Oh, Ondoa almost got it back. He's arguing that it was last touched by a Blazer. Roger Ondoa with a smile on his face. Again, these guys on the CSB bench are his former teammates. He played, I believe, for CSB in NCAA Season 100. So he knows these guys. But right now it's a 6-point lead for St. Benilde, 87-81. As time is slowly winding down, LPU will have to move quickly and smartly. Liwag to Torres. Morales back to Torres. Liwag with the basketball. Hukom asking for it. He gets it. He'll try a three. Matthew Hukom couldn't hit the triple. As Coach Paulo Layug telling Matthew Hukom he did not need to take that shot. So that'll earn him a trip to the bench, and Rafi Celis will be replacing him. Again, a 6-point disadvantage for the Pirates of Intramuros. Renz Villegas getting fouled by Rafi Celis. Free throws now for the LPU Pirates. Again, Coach Paulo Layug was instructing Rafi that he did not need to commit a foul. So crucial free throws here for Renz Villegas as they are trailing by a big 6 points. First one goes out for Renz Villegas. Under a minute left to play in our fourth quarter. 87-81. Second free throw here for Renz Villegas. Liwag grabbing that rebound. And Villegas almost nabbing the steal, but couldn't complete it. And goes out of bounds, so possession will stay with CSB, but they have 21 seconds remaining. Torres. Liwag. The blitz on Allen Liwag, the handoff to Ian Torres. It's back to Allen. Back to Ian. Stolen here by LPU. Here comes Villaver in transition outside to Villegas. And Renz Villegas loses the handle. But that's going to be last touch on a CSB Blazer. So possession will stay, fortunately, for LPU. 39 seconds remaining. 19 to shoot for the Pirates in maroon jerseys. LPU asking for it. The Daileg to Aurigue. Outside the Daileg again. Daileg attacks. Picked up by Ondoa. A foul called on Mo Morales. So two more free throws again. This time it's Roger Ondoa earning a trip himself to the line. And it's interesting to see again, he's going to be shooting free throws with his former teammates on the bench. Even Coach Paulo Layug knows it, that he's gonna get a lot of noise. And he will miss his first free throw. And again, his former teammates on the bench, as you can see, having a blast. Because at the end of the day, we're all friends here. So Ondoa will have some special treatment, to say the least, from the Blazers. As you can see, Nat Victoria, Arlie Podador, everybody going at it. And Ondoa will go 1 out of 2, but it's still a 5-point difference. So Justin Sanchez will trigger the inbound here. Sanchez trying to find a teammate. High pass. Possession will stay with CSB, but that is some good backcourt defense being played by LPU. 30 seconds remaining in our fourth quarter. Sanchez searching for a friend. Torres with a basketball. Hukom has it. Forwards it to Alan Liwag. 2 points for Alan Liwag. And Coach Jamaik not happy with that sequence for his Pirates. Renz Villegas coming back into the game. Shot clock is off, 23 seconds remaining. Villegas attacking. Renz Villegas couldn't complete the play. Again, that guy is averaging 13 points per game in the NCAA. Talking about Renz Villegas, but this guy averaging 12, so not too far off, but it's going to be Renz Villegas shooting free throws. Again, as I've mentioned, a 13-point average in the NCAA for this shifty guard of Intramuros. First free throw goes in for Renz. Also averaged close to 4 rebounds and 3 dimes. Not to mention 2 steals, as Villegas will go 2 out of 2. It's a 5-point game, but time is not on the side of the Pirates, as Sanchez has it. Liwag back to Sanchez. A foul will be committed by the Pirates. It's on Alan Liwag. So LPU not getting the penalty. But they still have one more foul to give. They will have to foul immediately and save some time. 15 seconds remaining. Torres with the basketball. Villaver gets it. Villaver. Renz Villegas fade away. Couldn't complete the 2 points. Torres gets it back. A lot of activity, but time already has wind down. 0.8 seconds remaining. (89 to 84). Again, 0.8 of a second remaining. So safe to say, it is already mathematically impossible for LPU to get back at this one. So the College of St. Benilde Blazers will enjoy this 5-point victory over the LPU Pirates, 89 to 84. And what a game it has been for the Benilde Blazers, scoring 19 points in the 4th quarter to secure this W compared to 15 only of LPU. They've also beat LPU both in the 1st and 3rd quarters in terms of quarter scoring. And for our rebounder of the game, it's no other than this guy donning the jersey number 34, grabbing 15 rebounds, the reigning MVP of the NCAA. That is Alan Liwag. And looking to contribute much more in the next seasons of the NCAA, or the next season rather. Again, that is our rebounder of the game, brought to you by Reyes Barbecue. And for our outstanding player who performed the best in this game, it's also this guy. Again, to nobody's surprise, because he is, after all, an MVP. 23 markers, 15 boards, only missed 3 times this game, 9 out of 12 from the field. That is our player of the game, number 34, Alan Liwag, producing the necessary numbers for Coach Paulo Layug. And that is a wrap for our 3rd game of the day. Again, congratulations to the CSB Blazers for bagging this win. But we still have one more game after this one. Again, I have hyped it up so much in this game. It's going to be a match between DLSU and San Beda. But again, we're seeing a lot of highlights for CSB. Again, Arlie Podador produced 18 points. The rookie, the former Green Hills Greenie. There you have it. Again, stay tuned for the next game. DLSU going up against San Beda. But for now, we'll be saying goodbye to this part of the coverage on behalf of our whole production team, Sir Jai Reyes, Sir Dino Lee, the rest of the officers of NSAC. My name is Cholo Pangilinan, saying thank you very much for tuning in to the National Student Athletes Championship College Basketball Campus Tour 2026.